Welcome to Amazing Animals from Around the World.
Where am I? Where are you taking me? Why do I have to wear this thing on my eyes?
You'll see, Henry, you'll see.
That'd be nice for a change.
Okay, Henry, you can take your blindfold off on 1, 2, 3. Surprise!
Gosh! A surprise party? For me?
And I invited all the animals we've ever met on our amazing animal adventures.
Oh, great! So where are the snacks, huh?
Wait a second. Aren't you going to say hello to the guests first?
Hello, guests. I'm starving!
Henry, these animals have come from all over the world in your honor.
Oh, all right. Please, guests. After you, and you, and you, and you.
That's the spirit.
Spirit? Don't mind if I do. Fondue, that is. I hope you made lots. It's like a jungle in here.
A jungle, a desert, and everything in between. There are animals here from every habitat on Earth.
I think we'll need more forks.
No kidding. It looks like a lot of animals all around the world are fond of you.
Enough with the cheesy jokes already.
It's true. Animals from high and low are making their way to be at this party, Henry. We've got snakes. Some of your old school friends, too. Even Crab Tuesday invited some pals.
I thought I smelled something fishy.
I've been in a flap over this for weeks. The invitations went out by Vulture Post. We went from coast to coast to catch up with friends we've made over the years. Some are a little heavier. Some have had youngsters. But those guests have just stampeded in from all over. Even the ends of the earth.
Just for little old Henry? Excuse me, but that's just beautiful.
Aww. Henry, what are you doing?
What does it look like?
Don't you think it's time you mingled a little?
All right, all right. Hi there. What's your name?
That's a python, Henry.
How nice. Remind me to give you a big hug later. I said I'd mingle, not get mangled. Howdy, howdy there, lemur. Haven't we met before?
Don't you remember our trip to the rainforest, Henry?
Yes. The natural home of chocolate. That was a trip to remember. Hey, where'd the jungle go? Where am I?
That was your first trip to the rainforest, Henry, so it was pretty amazing to find that ancient Mayan temple.
I thought I was in Raiders of the Lost Candy Bar.
But who would have guessed the Mayans had set a trap?
Wow! Check out those floor tiles. Snakes. I hate snakes. It was scary, but I found my treasure.
Some treasure.
There. It's a chocolate plant. My favorite.
Yes, Henry, that was before you realized there's a lot more to the rainforest than just chocolate.
Like rain. They don't call it a rainforest for nothing.
An amazing array of plants and animals thrive in these conditions. It usually only rains once a day, but when it does, it pours. In South America's Amazon jungle, enough water pours into the river every day to run a bath for every person on Earth.
So who let the snuzzle monster into our bath?
That's a tapir, Henry, a relative of the horse, and the rhino. The rainforest is full of some pretty unusual animals, such as the tamandua, an anteater which lives in the trees.
It can get pretty crowded up there on those Amazon highways, too. You're just moseying along looking for some ants when, bam, along comes a tree porcupine going the wrong way down a one-way branch. Talk about traffic jams. Lucky there are a lot of little side roads. You don't want to mess with those tree porcupines. They can get pretty prickly.
You have to appreciate the animals of the rainforest, Henry. They play a large role in the continuing growth of the forest, trees, and plant life.
Large role? With cinnamon? No wonder they're fighting.
Not that kind of role. Jungle animals munching away on the fruits of the forest help to spread the seeds for a new generation of rainforest plants.
And these plants produce the oxygen we breathe. Which is why coming here is such a breath of fresh air.
How right you are. Henry!
Man, am I thirsty! Excuse me, may I come in? Oh. Hey, she drank it all! And I'm parched.
You think you're parched? Imagine living in the desert like she does.
I don't have to imagine. I've seen it all before. Remember?
I remember you had some trouble getting around when you first arrived.
Sheesh, I've heard of quicksand, but slow shifting sand? How does anybody get around on this stuff?
Desert animals have adapted to life on the sand, Henry. They're more suited to it than you are.
Yeah? Well, if this works, it'll suit me just fine.
It's Aladdin's lamp.
Alakazam! Yo, Ratman! Take me to the nearest swimming pool.
Careful, Henry, careful!
Oof.
Still glad you came, Henry?
Hey, I'm a diamond in the rough.
Oh, brother.
Somebody ought to put a lawn here. A few trees. Know what I mean? Save the sand for the sandbox.
I don't think there's a sandbox big enough, Henry. This is an African desert, and the animals that live in it have to contend with some of the hottest, driest conditions on Earth. The fog stand beetle stands on her head, hoping a drop or two of morning dew will trickle into her mouth.
What a way to get a drink.
Beats dancing on hot sand.
What would you do? That sand burns.
If you can't stand the heat, stay out of the desert. Here's a burn-proof way of crossing hot sands. Can you guess the snake?
Is it Mr. Wiggly?
Try the sidewinder.
Oh. And what big feet you have, dearie. Who could you be?
They call them the ships of the desert, Henry.
I think they look like camels.
They are camels. With such broad feet, they won't sink in the sand. Their adaptations for survival in the desert are astounding. They can live for weeks without water. And their humps store precious food energy that can be tapped into when they need it most.
It's like I always say, You've got to put something away for a sunny day. There's me, looking handsome. And there's you, Tuesday, looking crabby.
And do you have any pictures of me in there, too?
I know I took one, but I think I got my thumb in it. But here's one you'll really like. Crab Tuesday took it with his underwater camera. Right, Tuesday?
That was the day you went to sea. Boy, were you nervous.
What? Not with my trusty shark boxer or my octopus jet spray. And, of course, the world's biggest water cannon. Now, which one of these buttons brings it back in?
Not that one.
Ah!
How do you drive this thing, Henry?
I don't have a clue. We're sinking fast.
Do something.
Here. Okay. Look at this. It's working. Oh, would somebody get those fish off the road? Shoo! Shoo!
Oh, Henry, you sure don't know about sea life. Dolphins aren't fish. They're warm-blooded. Mammals, like dogs and cats.
Except without all the fleas.
These are fish. Some look for safety in numbers. Others explore the coral reef alone. The ocean floor is where you find shrimp. And the octopus glides gracefully amongst the rocks. But perhaps the most amazing sea animal of all is another mammal, a much bigger one.
Don't tell me! The sea hamster!
No, Henry, it's the whale.
I knew that. Actually, I know a lot about whales.
Oh, yeah? Did you know that whales are air breathers and have lungs like yours and mine?
No.
Did you know that some can hold their breath for 2 hours?
No.
Then you probably didn't know that whales are all descended from land-dwelling animals.
You're right. I didn't.
So what is it that you do know about whales, Henry?
Their name rhymes with tail?
Good grief. You're gonna have to do better than that.